Every family has days that don't go exactly as planned. This was one of ours. Today was a day 122 had finally run out of time. Sock was having fun on his polar bar while I put on my jacket and called him. It was time for our dentist appointment. The plan for today was actually pretty simple. I was going to the market to buy groceries for the week. But one loose baby tooth had started to hurt. So before anything else, we were on our way to the dentist. As soon as we arrived at the clinic, Sok wanted to walk in all by himself. No mom or dad needed. Răng nào lung lay nói cô nha. After asking a few questions and checking his dental history, the dentist carefully examined his teeth. Besides the loose tooth, she also found 2 tiny cavities that needed to be filled before they became bigger problems. Thankfully, everything went much more smoothly than we expected. One brave little boy and one tiny tooth. The whole visit came to about $55. Since we were already out, we stopped by our local market to buy ingredients for lunch. I picked up some amaranth leaves, one of the vegetables we eat quite often at home. They cost just about 40 cents. This is a seafood store I visit most often. My husband usually shares the grocery shopping with me, so he knows exactly how to pick fresh fish. By the time I arrived today, most of the best seafood had already been sold. So I only bought a few fish and some clams. Altogether, they cost about $2.70. She smiled and told me, "Come a little earlier tomorrow." Next, I bought some water spinach for our clam soup. It cost us about 20 cents. I also picked up some tonkin creeper to stir fry with beef. It was about $1.
Không, ấy là chi nó em, ấy là nó kêu em.
Lastly, I bought some shallots. Shallots are one of the ingredients you will find in almost every Vietnamese kitchen.
12.
They cost about 50 cents.
Nào, cầm giúp mẹ nào. Ok.
By the time we got home, it was already getting late. So the first thing I did was start cooking the rice. While it cooks, I have just enough time to prepare the rest of the meal. We do grow some water spinach in our garden, but there wasn't quite enough today, so I bought some from the market instead. We'll be having the fish for dinner tonight, along with the amaranth leaves. So I'll pop them into the fridge for now. Shallots and garlic are probably two of the most common ingredients in Vietnamese cooking. I'm making stir-fried beef with tonkin creeper. It's a familiar dish in many Vietnamese homes. Tender beef and fresh tonkin creeper are such a great combination. Have you ever tried anything like this? The second dish is clam soup with water spinach. I always cook the clams first. Once they open, I remove them from the shells. Then I take out the clam meat. It takes a little patience, but I think it's worth it. Next comes garlic and shallots. The smell filling the kitchen is one of my favorite parts of cooking. I quickly stir-fry the clam meat before pouring the broth back into the pot. Finally, I add the water spinach. It only takes a minute or two to cook, so it stays bright green and crisp. And just like that, our clam soup is ready. Simple ingredients, but full of fresh flavors. Would you try this Vietnamese clam soup? Nothing fancy, just another homemade Vietnamese meal. By the afternoon, the weather changed completely. The rain was so heavy that water started flowing into the house. So before doing anything else, I grabbed the mop. We had planned to cook dinner, but after seeing the rain outside, we changed our minds. On rainy days, Bánh Xèo shops in Danang are always busy. So I came a little earlier before the dinner rush began. Bánh Xèo is a crispy Vietnamese savory pancake made with rice flour, turmeric, shrimp, pork, and bean sprouts. Traditional bánh xèo is cooked over a wood-fired stove, which gives it a wonderful smoky aroma. She's scraping the bánh xèo for me to take home, using banana leaves to help keep it warm and fresh. It's always served with plenty of fresh herbs, vegetables, and a dipping sauce. For about $2.70, we got enough bánh xèo for the whole family. At home, I sliced a little cucumber and some sour starfruit. The sourness balances the richness of the bánh xèo perfectly. Before eating, I always cut each bánh xèo in half. It's much easier to roll that way. Sop had just lost his front tooth this morning, so biting into the bánh xèo wasn't exactly easy. But that didn't stop him from enjoying it. I helped him make the first roll, and after that, he wanted to do the rest himself. In Vietnam, we don't usually eat bánh xèo with a knife and fork. Instead, we wrap it with fresh herbs and vegetables before taking a bite. Delicious. Every family has their own way of eating bánh xèo. Some people like more herbs. Some love extra dipping sauce. There's really no right or wrong way. Looking around the table, I realized we ended the day better than we had planned. Not because everything went perfectly, but because we got to enjoy it together.
Ngon không con?
Dạ ngon.
Không hề đau răng luôn à?
Dạ. Con đừng có ăn nào nữa con.
After dinner, we spent some time studying English together.
Đúng rồi. Không, only one.
Hello everyone, my name is Peter. Today I will say about really good posture.
Then Sock proudly gave me a little presentation about what he had learned today.
Wear shoes that fit well. If it's too small or too big, we will be found.
Before bedtime, Sock took his time cleaning the tiny tooth. After all, he wanted to leave a nice, shiny tooth for the tooth fairy.
Thật là đẹp.
Finally, it was time to write a letter to the tooth fairy. Childhood is such a magical season of life. When losing a tiny tooth somehow feels like the beginning of a wonderful adventure.
Bây giờ là viết ở sau.
He even decorated the outside of the letter with little drawings. It was a sweet thing to watch. He carefully wrapped his little tooth tucked inside the letter.
Tải ai lớn, xe tải vừa rùm ai lớn. Xe tải có ống.
Đáng yêu quá à.
Dạ, gấp thêm một cái.
Thôi được rồi, mẹ thấy được rồi. Before going to bed, he placed the letter beneath his pillow, hoping the tooth fairy would stop by during the night and leave a little surprise behind.
Bye bye.
Good night, and thank you for spending another ordinary day with our family.